The Democrat Party, by and large, here's the truth, I'm sorry, but you've been hijacked, man. You've been hijacked. And they've been working on it since the 60s. Well, they've been working on it since Delano Roosevelt, really, but 60s is when they went into nitromethane fuel mode. And they convinced you that Bill Ayers knows what the hell he's talking about. The man's a psychotic. And Che Guevara's a serial killer. He's not a liberator. Cat's a serial killer. Start telling the truth and do the homework. Man, aren't you glad you had me speak? Fidel Castro is a serial killer. A serial killer. He didn't liberate nobody. Nobody. You know who liberates people? Jesus Christ.
That's right.
And that's a fact, whether you like it or not. And you don't have to be, walking around at the airport with incense saying, "Can I tell you about Jesus with pinwheels for eyes?" You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. But what you have to realize is that of all the religions on the planet Earth, and all the death cults too, you know what I'm talking about. Of all the religions on the planet Earth, the only one that says all you got to do is love me and everything's cool is Christianity. So that's an easy one. That's easy one. And you know what? The forefathers knew that. And when they tell you, because Jefferson and Franklin were deists, that doesn't mean jack. Well, I can't say that word. I could, but I'm not going to. But they were Christian, strong Christian men. And in fact, if you look at that painting where they're signing the Declaration of Independence and the one where they're dealing with the Constitution, 99.99999% of the men were strong Christian men. And they realized that they weren't going to foist their Christianity on you. It's just that the principles are, let's do good stuff for each other and be responsible people, and let's love each other, and let's work together to get some productive things done to make our lives better in this living hell called life on earth. So I'm not here to preach to you, but I'm here to tell you some real simple truth right now. The only way a president makes an economy grow is when he gets out of the way and stop trying to micromanage it with heavy taxes. That's not a Christian concept, by the way. It's not Christianity when I go to my neighbor and say, "Give me your money because the guy next door ain't got any money," and I'm giving the guy next door your stuff because I think he doesn't have enough stuff. That's bullshit. They got some pocket constitutions over here, and they want to make sure that you take it home and read it. I would argue that you should do that, but I got a book for you. This man who wrote this book has been vilified, but I think you should read The 5,000-Year Leap. You've heard every leftist's favorite guy, Glenn Beck, talk about it. But put aside Glenn Beck. Put aside who wrote this book. His name is Cleo Skozin, I think. He's ex-FBI agent and police chief of Salt Lake City. But it's a book called The 5,000-Year Leap. And what the premise is, in the 5,000 years, has anything as great as America ever come along? That's right. And even the people out there that call you teabaggers, call you racists, call you homophobes, they know that too. They know that too, because if they went anyplace else, they couldn't do what they're doing now. They get their asses kicked. Some would be buried alive. Again, aren't you glad I came here today? Thank you so much for listening. I'm Thayrone X. I'll see you on Wham tomorrow, 1600 a.m. at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Truth, justice, and the American way. Put truth in the face of power every time.